I am Teresa Grant again, and I'm the Acting Director for the Prince George's County Department of Family Services. And I am thrilled to have this opportunity to, first of all, thank you for the service that you provide to Prince George's County. This is, believe it or not, the 41st annual volunteer recognition. This is a notable milestone. And I want to welcome each of you who provides a valuable service to the county and who unselfishly give of your talent, time, and gifts. RSVP program participants have provided over 90,000 hours of volunteer service in Prince George's County. During the past year, you have served in many capacities to include, but not limited to, our schools, to our nutrition sites, to hospitals, to nursing homes, and many of you are Meals on Wheels program providers. The foster grandparent program serves in our schools, and they work very closely with children with special needs, mentoring and tutoring our most vulnerable children. Foster grannies, in your own special way, demonstrate sensitivity to the challenges of helping children that are most in need. Each one of you enriches the lives of the children you serve, and our words can never thank you for what you do for them. This luncheon is a minute token of our appreciation for how much you have done and given back to our community. We can never begin to repay you for all that you have done. However, today is a tribute to you, and we have planned a luncheon that we hope demonstrates how important you are to the Department of Family Services, to Prince George's County, and to the community at large. After the lunch, our project directors from the RSVP program, Mrs. Pamela Sharps, and the foster grandparent program, Mrs. Lisa Jenkins, will present some very special awards. But at this time, I have the distinct pleasure of introducing Secretary Gloria Lala. Now, many of you know Secretary Lala is a good friend in Prince George's County, and she absolutely needs no introduction. Many of you don't know that she was a teacher for many, many years in the DC public schools and Prince George's County. And following that, she spent, I would say, a few years and a few more years in the state legislature. She has been an outstanding senator, and then following that, she continued on. I'm gonna tell you, we're talking about senior power, and she now serves as the Secretary of the Maryland Department of Aging. I am very proud of our secretary. I think she has done an outstanding job. Since she's been in office, it hasn't been easy times. It has not been easy times, but one thing that I can assure you, we are in good hands. And instead of our budgets diminishing for seniors, not only in Prince George's County, but the state of Maryland, we have flourished. Now, she has challenged us. She has absolutely challenged us to think outside of the box. It is not business as usual. But we need to make certain that we position ourselves so that we can bring the resources here to Prince George's County. I am so very proud of our secretary, what she has done for the Prince George's County Department of Family Services Area Agency on Aging, but most importantly, what she has done for the entire state of Maryland. Now, most recently, she has been the vice president of the National Association of State Units on Aging. And basically, these are all of the state units in the country. So not only does she have statewide leadership, but she has leadership at the national level. It is my distinct pleasure to introduce, basically to present to you, our Secretary of the Maryland Department of Aging, Secretary Gloria Lala.
Well, good morning, Prince George's. This is my home. And you know, I put home first. So as soon as the governor appointed me, I started looking, I said, well, I wonder what we're getting for Prince George's County. So everybody in that office knows, you know, if you don't have Prince George's on that list, you might as well go back to your little office and revise your list. You know, I love Prince George's County. I know you know, next to Newberry, South Carolina, which is where I'm from, the great metropolis of Newberry, which is near Columbia, South Carolina. And I grew up down in the country setting where family was very important. But more than that, where our senior members of our family were well respected and cared for. And that's my grandmothers, grandfathers, and great-grandparents. And we were taught you deferred to them. First of all, children were seen and not heard. And you know, my poor ignorant little grandchildren are up here in Maryland and DC. They'd never heard of that. So I had to drive them all down to Carolina to show them the real way to go. Okay? It is a pleasure to work with Teresa Grant and her staff here in Prince George's. We have one of the strongest offices for seniors across the state here in Prince George's. But you know, that's as it should be, because Prince George's, it might be a secret, but maybe it's a secret that's getting out. We're really number one. Now, you know, when you get ready to elect a governor, you're number one in the total votes across the state that a governor needs, that candidate needs. Do you understand the power of that? And guess where those votes are coming from? Seniors and their families, seniors. Seniors are a powerful force across America today. We now outnumber kids K through 12 in the public schools here in the state of Maryland for the first time in the history of the state of Maryland. And so it makes sense that our seniors have a budget. They have programs and services and supports, long-term supports and services in place to help them in their senior years. And our seniors are living longer than ever. They are living. In fact, my girlfriend, Mary Harvell, we're going to celebrate her 86th birthday this week. And then I have a friend, Polly Morrison, she's sending me emails every day from out in Arizona. She used to work with me on the house side. Seniors are vital. They are still very youthful. They're not like grandma. When grandma got around 55 or 60, Gene, you remember she had those block shoes on, and she had a little ball in the back. I had her hair swept back to a little bun. You remember that? These seniors are dancing and doing the El Paso. I went down there, boy, they were cutting loose at 11 o'clock in the morning down there in South Carolina. I said, whoa. So it's good to see all of you. I love you to death, and I'm going to serve as, you know, I'm 74 this year, but I'm going to serve as long as I can. And be sure that our governor and lieutenant governor, Anthony Brown and Martin O'Malley, that they are young. They are 50 and 51 or something like that. But you know what? They have a great deal of respect for seniors. Martin O'Malley's mother works for Barbara Mikulski, and Barbara's a couple of years older than I am. And so we're on the right track. Ben Cardin is a senior. Mike Miller is a senior. Mike Bush is a senior. So everybody's a senior citizen except the governor and lieutenant governor. So you know what? Way to go. Go on, Maryland. We're in good hands. Last but not least, I want to say to the mayor, a good friend of mine, good to see you this morning. Certainly my sister, Dr. Jean Gary Williams from AARP, who has a degree, doctorate in gerontology. So it was meant to be. So, Teresa, I can't thank you enough. I want to just say to RSVP and all of our volunteers, without you, we are nothing. We can't get a darn thing done without our volunteers. You'll never, ever be able to substitute silver or gold for our volunteers. And so, to you, we salute you today. We thank you today. And we ask God's blessings upon you today. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful luncheon.
And now it's my pleasure to introduce to you Mr. Irving Haywood, the 2013 Maryland Senior Idol winner. Mr. Haywood is a resident of Glenarden and won the Senior Idol competition by singing Sam Cooke's A Change Is Gonna Come. And believe you me, I was in Bowie at the Performing Arts Center during the competition, and you all are in for a special treat. This man can sing. So I now introduce to you Mr. Haywood.
By the river, in a little tent, oh, I'm just like the river I've been running ever since. It's been a long time coming, but I know yes it will. It's been too hard living, but I'm afraid to die, 'cause I don't know what's up there beyond the sky. It's been a long time coming, but I know change gonna come. Oh, yes it will. I go to the movie and I go downtown. Folks telling me don't hang around. It's been a long time coming, but I know change gonna come. Oh, yes it will. Then I go to my brother and I say, brother, help me please. Then he winds up knocking me back on my knees. Oh, there's been times that I thought I couldn't last for long, but now I think I'm able to carry on. It's been a long time coming, but I know change gonna come. Oh, yes it will. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Well, nice, Karen. Thank you very much. How's everyone doing today? How was lunch? Did anybody save me any? I didn't have lunch. Y'all don't hook me up. I need to go bring my wife something back. No. I have to tell you, it is indeed a pleasure for me to be here today and to thank you for the work you're doing. I know that we're honoring the foster grandparents and retired senior volunteer program. But let me just say this. A couple of years ago, well, first of all, let me do this. Teresa Grant, can you stand up so we can give you a round of applause? Isn't she? Hi, how are you doing? Isn't she great? Teresa, can we have your staff please stand up? Can everyone who works with Teresa please stand up? Everyone who works with Gloria Brown, if you're here, if you could stand up. And all of our partners who help coordinate our volunteer efforts with our seniors, and some of y'all we're going to card in a minute. The private sector, if you're coordinating with us, could you stand up? Let's give them a round of applause. Two quick things, and I'm going to get out the way so we can give out these awards, and tell you how important you are to Prince George's County and how important you are to this administration. One is, a number of years ago, my mom retired. My dad passed away early, and she had helped him out through his illness and decided, you know what, I'm not going back to work. Then she decided she would volunteer. And we all thought, well, that's a great thing. Mom's going to get out the house and she's going to go volunteer. So she volunteered this is in Massachusetts, at the women's shelter. And she loved that job. She would get up just like she did with her regular job, 6 in the morning, even though she didn't have to be there until 9, which made it difficult for them, I'm sure. But my mom operated that volunteerism the same way she did her job, and that is she went in there telling everybody what to do. And I bring that up because my brothers and my sister and I were worried about her. She had been married since she was 17. And when my dad died at 56, and she stopped working, we couldn't figure out, we were out the house, what she was going to do and how she was going to go on. And the volunteering not only helped the people she served, but it helped her. It helped her. And that's what you're doing. You're helping yourselves and you're helping us. The final story I will tell you is that, you know, people know this. I worked with a nonprofit for a number of years and had a great boss there who thought if you were a lawyer, that meant that you could do anything, including running a homeless shelter and working with senior volunteers. And so we had a number of seniors that, in District of Columbia, who volunteered with us. And, you know, I was probably about 30 then and had one child. And so I was trying to direct them as to what we should be doing when we were helping this program for homeless youth. And so I'm, you know, using my lawyer hat to tell them how to run this program. And a very nice man came to me and he said, Mr. Baker? And I said, yes, sir. He said, you don't have a clue what you're doing, do you? I said, no, but I need this job. And he helped me out. But we could not have run that program with our staff. Our staff consisted of me, a brand new lawyer and brand new to the company, and the rest of the staff, quite honestly, were volunteers, seniors who had come back to give. Some of them were teachers, some of them were social workers, some of them were lawyers, some of them were doctors, but they were all working in this program, and it taught me a lot about how community takes care of each other. And that is what you're doing, and that is why we're here to honor you. This is one of my favorite programs, and my wife has been to this program before, and it's one of hers. I have to admit, though, she loves the singer, so she's actually come and watched him, and I thought he was trying to steal my wife, because I can't sing or dance. But we just want to thank you for all you do and the difference you make in this community. We can't do it alone. We can't do most of it through government. We need your help. We need the patience that I saw at Panoramic Elementary School when I was with the foster grandparents down there giving their time. Could we give them a shout out? I saw them working and I was like, this ain't retirement. They working full time, they working hard, but we need you and we appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Baker. As you all know by now, we truly appreciate and celebrate you for all of your dedication and service you provide. And this portion of the program is designed to recognize those persons who have gone the extra mile while being in service. There are 4 awards each for the foster grandparent and RSVP programs, and one award presented by the Prince George's County Advisory Committee on Aging. And I'd just like to take a moment, if the Advisory Committee could just please stand and be recognized. They do a wonderful job on your behalf. They meet monthly, and they let us know what we're doing right and what we're doing wrong. So we do appreciate them. They're a great group of people. Right now, I'd like to introduce to you Lisa Jenkins, who is the project director for the Foster Grandparent Program, who will present their special awards.
Good afternoon. It is indeed a pleasure to stand before you today at the 41st Annual Volunteer Recognition Luncheon. This is always a special time for me to pay homage and tribute to the foster grandparent volunteers who do so much all year long. I would also like to thank all the principals, assistant principals, and volunteer station staff that always encourage us to go the extra mile. To all the foster grandparent volunteers, you know I love you, but I have to say it publicly. I love you. Please know that if your name is not called today, that I do appreciate you. I honor you for the loyalty, your commitment, and dedication to the program. I have the best volunteers in the whole entire world, so I got to give them, yay! If all of us in this room would take the opportunity to think back over our lives, there is one or two persons that we could truly say that paved the way for us, made a huge impact in our lives. It may have been a neighbor, a Sunday school teacher, minister, etc., who gave you the encouragement to do what you thought you couldn't do. This is what foster grandparents do each and every day, giving a glimpse of sunshine in which some of the children may find dreary and gloomy situations. These volunteers find time to give of themselves in spite of themselves and what they may have been going through personally. Many of these volunteers in this room have had illnesses, tragedies, and loss that should have sidelined them. However, they still continue to give each and every day to make this county great by investing in our future generation. So I think that deserves an applause right there. They do this by telling the children each and every day that they can be and do whatever they want in life with hard work and discipline. They instill in them to never forget where you've come from, because your past is the launching pad to your destiny and your success. It is not good enough that one or two may be an A student, but if you received an A, help your classmate get to where you are. With these type of principles, our communities will thrive and be a force to be reckoned with all over. We know that the foster grandparent program works, and the best is yet to come for the program and our volunteers. Our first award this afternoon is the Outstanding New Volunteer Award, and that will be presented to Ms. Dorothy Lee. Ms. Lee? Okay. Ms. Lee is a volunteer at Indian Queen Elementary School in Fort Washington, Maryland. Ms. Lee has been a foster grandparent for the last 2 years. She is very reliable and dependable. Grandma Lee's greatest contribution is her love for what she is doing each and every day. This is a character trait that can't be learned, but comes from within. She comes to the classroom each and every day ready to work and willing to do the tasks to ensure that the students who she works with are successful. To ensure the student's success, she works one-on-one and in small groups with those who have challenges with reading and math. I can always depend on Grandma Lee, the teacher states, to take the initiative to complete the daily task at hand. Grandma Lee has become an integral part of our classroom. She is not there just to be there, but she truly has a servant's heart for the well-being of the students that she serves. Grandma Lee has demonstrated commitment in her attendance and is excellent. Grandma Lee has definitely been successful in moving a student who was not speaking at all to a student who was nominated the Student of the Month. So that right there says a lot. Grandma Lee quietly works with students to increase their level of confidence and greater success for the task at hand. She encourages positive student learning and helps to prepare the students for higher level learning. So we are so thrilled to present this award to Ms. Dorothy Lee. Our next award is the Outstanding Service Award, and this is being presented to Ms. Ida Bundy. Ms. Bundy? She said hello to the county executive. That was a deep voice. I never heard that, Ms. Bundy.
Thank you. I need this picture for my wife.
Ms. Bundy has been a foster grandparent volunteer at Avalon Elementary School in Temple Hills, Maryland, for the past 10 years. Ms. Bundy is a jewel. She arrives each day with a bright smile and eagerness to get started with her task. She is always willing to assist. She has even given me new ways of coping with students' behavioral problems. She has excellent work ethics. She arrives on time and is rarely out. She goes beyond the call of duty. She does additional hours. Normally, she says 20 hours, but if they need something, Grandma Bundy is there. The teacher states that she wished she could clone Grandma Bundy. She is indeed a treasure and should be recognized for her dedication as a foster grandparent volunteer. And this was submitted by her teacher at Avalon, Ms. Brenda Owens.
Facing right here. 1, 3, 1, 2, and 3. Hold that pose. And one more. Perfect. Thank you.
Ms. Bundy is celebrating a birthday tomorrow, and she gave me permission. She'll be 80 years old tomorrow, so let's say happy birthday. Okay, our next award is the Volunteer Leadership Award, and this will be presented to Ms. Edith Powell. And I totally surprised Ms. Powell. I hope she'll get over it, but I really shocked her today. Ms. Powell has been a foster grandparent for the last 5 years at Brandywine Elementary School in Brandywine, Maryland. Ms. Powell works with the first graders, and she is a joy and asset to both my students and I. Ms. Powell is always willing to assist the students with their assignments and often reviews work with the students to ensure the student understands what has been explained. She goes above and beyond the call of duty each and every day. She has a great leadership abilities and helps with classroom management and works daily to ensure that the classroom has a safe and positive learning environment. The children and I are better for having the chance to have Grandma Powell in our lives. She is someone who I and the children will never forget and who will leave great memories for years to come. And this was submitted by the first grade teacher, Lisa Curtis Miles.
Big smiles. Big smiles. There you go. And one more. All right here. Perfect. Thank you.
Our next award is the Ruby Payton Award. The recipient for this award had an accident and was not able to be here. We have spoken with her. She's fine, but we will get her award to her, but I am going to read her write-up, okay? The Ruby Payton Award is the premier award named in honor of the late project director, Ruby Payton, who passed away unexpectedly 14 years ago. Ms. Payton loved life and had a heart pure of gold, and she loved the foster grandparent program. This year's recipient is Rosalie Dickens. If I have the Wheatley Special Center in the house, please make some noise for Grandma. Grandma Dickens has been in the foster grandparent program for 21 years. She started with the program in November of 1992. Grandma Dickens works with the children at H. Winship Special Center in Capitol Heights, Maryland. Many of the children who she works with on a daily basis have severe disabilities and are nonverbal. So that means that they don't speak, so they don't come in and say hello. But when Grandma enters the room, they start clapping, they start moving because they know that their angel has arrived for that day. She has, yes, we can give her a clap. She has the sweetest spirit, and the children just adore her. Many may not speak, but when Grandma comes, oh, I just told y'all that, sorry. Grandma has had some medical problems in the past, but never once did she say she was going to hang up her grandparent smock. She would always say, I got a little setback, but I'm coming back. I love my babies. I love my babies. And she would call me and say, don't you put me out this program. I'm coming back. I said, no, your spot is good, Grandma. She has always stated that I love the children, that she needs the children just as much as they need her. Personally, I would say, to describe Grandma Dickens, she has the strength and beauty of Queen Esther in the Bible and the grace of Vashti. She's a woman who loves God first, her family, and the children of Wheatley Special Center. She loves the staff there, and she is just a jewel. She is what you call a virtuous woman. She is 88 years young, and she tells me daily, I'm not tired yet. So we like to applaud her in her absence. And that concludes the Foster Grandparent Awards for today. Thank you.
Thank you, Lisa. And to continue with our program, now we'll have Ms. Pamela Sharps come up to present the RSVP Awards.
Greetings, everyone. Wow, I need to take a deep breath because the picture that I'm seeing out there is just a very special picture. It's beautiful from where I'm standing. And to the RSVP volunteers, I just want to say thank you so much for your caring ways. Your commitment shows and deserves our praise. We offer this gift of the Volunteer Appreciation Luncheon to you all, for you are indeed our greatest natural resource. So I know you've been welcomed and welcomed and welcomed, but I welcome you too. And I'm proud to count on people like you who are very special. At this time, I would also like to appreciate the 40+ host sites who have partnered with the RSVP program. And without you, we would not have job opportunities for our volunteers. So thank you very much, partners of the Retired Senior and Volunteer Program. Today, however, as the project director of RSVP, it is indeed my pleasure to present 4 awards. There are 4 categories of awards. And the first award that I will be presenting is the Outstanding New Volunteer. And I'm going to ask the people on the stage to step down with me to the floor. Can I help me out? Can you hear me now?
Turn the mic on.
It's on. Turn it on. Just speak up. Okay. Let me bring it a little closer. There you go. All right. Agnes Annette Bell, please come on down. And as she is approaching the podium, Agnes was nominated by Cynthia Saunders of the Capital Caring Hospice. been volunteering for a long time, so it's taken me just a minute to adjust. She's a Capital Caring Hospice tuck-in caller. Now, when you say tuck-in caller, you're asking, what is that? Well, she calls patients and caregivers on the telephone weekly, just to assure that they're doing okay. And based on the issues and concerns shared by the clients, she documents the call, provides details from the feedback to the Capital Caring field service staff, just to assure that the needs are being met, and if something needs to be changed or modified, it happens as a result of that call. Addicts makes calls from her home, and she uses the best practices to follow the procedures set forth by Capital Caring. And she doesn't call just one type of person. She deals with people of all kinds of cultures and people of diverse backgrounds. So it's not always easy for her to talk to clients. Now, that's when those special skills kicks in, because her compassionate personality, she knows how to reach down inside just to come up with the right something encouraging to say to those patients. They're hospice patients and caregivers, and they really need the encouragement. She has proven to be effectively. She provides detailed information to hospice staff. She has excellent work ethics and performs her job with enthusiasm. She has a special knack for setting clients at ease, encouraging them to conversate with her so that she can extract the information that is needed. Agnes handles her calls with high level of confidence, quality, and integrity. She has taken full advantage of the hospice training, and that coupled with a lifetime of experience, she not only helps the clients, but she is a coach to her volunteer coordinator. She's a dependable, hardworking individual with a heart of caring, and she uses a wealth of skills and attributes to encourage and help hospice clients and the team that supports them. And so on behalf of Capital Hospice and the RSVP, we thank you, we appreciate you, and please, let's hear it for Agnes Bell. Once you know.
Sweet, here we go.
I know.
Right here on 3, 1, 2, and 3. Hold that pose. Excellent. One more. Excellent. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. The second award is the Outstanding Service Award. And that award goes to the reliable, dependable volunteer with the most hours of service this year. And the award goes to Emma Mizak of Laurel Regional Hospital. Emma Mizak could not be here today because her daughter is getting married and she's preparing for that. But I have asked a representative, Wanda Howard of Dimensions Healthcare System. Wanda, would you join us on the podium, please? Mrs. Mizak is 90 years old, by the way. She has been volunteering with Laurel Regional Hospital since 1993. But when I went into the records, and yeah, that requires a round of applause for her. When I went into the RSVP records, I want you to know that I found a registration form that had an earlier date on it. So she has been volunteering for an excess of 20 years. I thought that was noteworthy. But she's an active and willing volunteer who just keeps on giving and giving and giving of her gifts and talents to serve others in the community. Since becoming a volunteer at the hospital, she has worked in several volunteer capacities. The emergency room, she's chaired the telephone committee, edited and published the hospital newsletter, and the information and patient registration desk is one of her current positions. She not only does that, but when you come into the hospital, and I don't know that many of you know Emma Mizek, but when you come into the hospital, you know there's a registration desk. And she's really the spirit of welcoming you, and may I help you, and what can I do for you? And please make sure that you tell me what room number you're going to so I can make sure I give you your badge. That's the type of person that she is. She loves to keep busy, and she volunteers with the hospital auxiliary, and there she does volunteer work in the area of raising funds. And some of those funds that they have raised have been used to purchase equipment and other things that the hospital needs. So again, this 90-year-old active lady is a willing worker with a heart of caring. She's extremely dedicated, and her dedication really shines through her performance. They call her M, so I'm going to say Miss M has, of course, children, because today she's with her family preparing for her daughter's wedding, and she has grandchildren and she has great-grandchildren that she spends her spare time with. But I thought it was really appropriate to have somebody from Dimensions Healthcare accept the award for Ms. M. And so I thank you very much, Wanda Howard, for accepting this award. Volunteer Leadership is the next award, and it's awarded to the outstanding volunteer who has demonstrated exceptional leadership abilities. The 2013 award goes to Mr. Dr. M. Thomas Foley of the Chevrolet Meals on Wheels. Dr. Foley? Come stand beside me.
I shook your hand.
Come on up here.
Oh, all right.
I want you right here. Thank you. Can I share with them a little bit about what you're going through? All right. Dr. Foley's wife is at Prince George's Hospital, and she's in the Alzheimer's unit there. And he has been by his wife's side. He has been by her side since the day that she went to the hospital. And he wanted to be there today, but Mr. Drew and a couple other Meals on Wheels people encouraged me, and I said, we're going to give him a call. And so we are so appreciative that you're here today to receive the Volunteer Leadership Award, nominated by the leadership team at the Chevrolet Meals on Wheels. Okay? Now, Dr. Foley delivers meals to clients on a regular schedule route. He also substitutes for other volunteers as needed. In addition to working his regular route, he also prepares the statistical reports that are submitted to Prince George's County government for reimbursement of meals delivered. Dr. Foley also is responsible for evaluating clients to determine their ability to pay for meals. He is not only a retired doctor, he's a lawyer. And he's the type of lawyer that has provided legal advice and guidance to the Meals on Wheels organization for many, many years. He is truly a leader and has given and served on the board of directors for Chevrolet Meals on Wheels, where he helped to frame that organization to be the Meals on Wheels icon that it is. Other leadership positions that he holds in the community, primarily in the Chevrolet area: Vice President of the Bladensburg Friends of the Library. He's a former member of the Chevrolet Town Council, a member of Chevrolet Garden Club, where he co-chairs the annual floral arrangement plant sale event. And those floral arrangements that they make and sell oftentimes are delivered by Mr. Foley to the sick and shut-in in the community of Cheverly. Now, he also loves to play bridge, but you may find him working hard at hosting the annual Friends of the Library picnic in his backyard. Did I get it right?
Yeah.
Okay. But whatever he's doing, he's known to be an energetic and creative, supportive leader in the community, and that's what it's about, serving the community. He has contributed immeasurably.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Here we go, eyes right here. Looking straight. Here we go. Perfect. Hold that pose, hold that pose. Excellent. One more. Congratulations.
All right, thank you. Here, and then exit on that side. Mm-hmm. We tried. Okay. All right. Coming on into the home stretch. The last award is the Volunteer of the Year Award. It's the premium award for the volunteer who exemplifies an untiring volunteering spirit and has made a great impact on the community. This year's award is being presented. She's already up here.
They pulled me up.
Hey, that's Patricia Johns, long-term care ombudsman, Prince George's County. This is Patricia, and this is how she rolls, okay? Now, it's my pleasure to present this award. Ms. Johns has been a valued volunteer with the Ombudsman program since 2008. She was nominated by her program coordinator, the infamous Jeannie O'Neill. The role of an ombudsman is to make friendly visits to nursing homes and assisted living residents and communicate to the nursing home their needs of the residents to ensure that their residents' rights are being respected. Pat has a great presence and applies tremendous instinct, experience, and talent to her role as an ombudsman. This is what your program coordinator is saying about you.
Oh, okay.
Okay? All right. All right. And when Patricia visits a nursing home, her advocacy skills really kick in. She has an eye for order and justice, and her ability to be accurate and acute senses enables her to quickly identify infractions to residents' rights. She has no problem approaching the nursing station on behalf of a resident to make them aware that a call light is being ignored. A room needs tidying up. A staff member went into a resident's room and they didn't knock. And I'm getting support back here, so Jeannie, what you're saying is right. We got Pat down just right. But we have to love and appreciate her because she has no problem approaching the nurse's station. She has no problem approaching the administrator's office. She is a regular and faithful ombudsman that can be relied upon to make impromptu visits to facilities. On the other hand, she can be relied on to be responsible to requests that are unexpected and make an unexpected visit to a facility to handle a special situation. Pat is a vital and contributing member of the Ombudsman team. She attends monthly meetings and trainings that are required by the Ombudsman program and takes the initiative to seek out and attend training that can enhance her skills as an ombudsman as well. She actively participates in team meetings and readily shares training, information, and skills that she's acquired over the years. In the team meetings, Pat readily gives feedback and clarity, amen, to teammates regarding things that she's learned and experienced. She's extremely flexible, versatile, and has a willingness to serve. And isn't that what volunteerism is all about? When the program has an outstanding event in the community, Pat is among the first to say, I will help. She's always supportive, representing the Ombudsman program. And let me share with you, I mentioned she has no problem going into the administrator's office. I'm told there was a situation, she got a call, and she went in and she investigated the situation, arranged to meet with the facility administrator, and effectively communicated the problem that the resident was having. And you know that it was completely resolved when Pat is handling it. So the resident was satisfied, and that's the ultimate purpose of the Ombudsman being there, to make their quality of life the best that it can be. And I might add that the very next day, I'm told, and I know it's true because we had a senior picnic, and Pat was right there on the front line packing and preparing the giveaways to give to over 1,000 volunteer representatives. So Pat has put in many hours advocating for the frail and elderly nursing home and assisted living residents. She is an alert and conscientious volunteer that is committed to what she does. And Pat, on behalf of RSVP, your program coordinator, and all of the staff, we salute you as the Volunteer of the Year. Thank you so very, very much.
Thank you. You got me.
I didn't lie, did I?
All right.
This is for you.
Thank you.
And thank you for causing all the trouble.
Oh, I had to do it.
Pat volunteers at the public library, the Prince George's Memorial Library as well. Yes, she does.
Facing this way. This grab. Around this way. Okay, perfect.
Let me get closer so you can.
Yes.
Here we go, face this right here. 1, 3, 1, 2, and 3. Hold that through. Awesome. Oh my goodness. Good. Congratulations.
Thank you. And that concludes the RSVP awards. Thank you.
Thank you, Pam, and congratulations to the 2013 RSVP Award recipients. And now presenting the Claudius B. Walker Award is Jeanette Higginbotham, Vice Chair of the Aging Advisory Committee.
Good afternoon. What a gorgeous group of people are here. I am so proud to present the next award. The Claudius D. Walker Award was created by the Prince George's County, Maryland Advisory Committee on Aging in memory of Claudius D. Walker, who passed away on March 31st, 2007. This award is in recognition of his untiring volunteer service and his life devotion to improving the lives of Prince George's County residents. The recipient of this year's award is Mrs. Mary Budd. Please. Mrs. Budd is being escorted to the podium by her spouse, Ted, and her son, Brian. left though. Mrs. Budd is a native of Columbus, Ohio, a retiree for a number of years from corporate America. In early 2000, Ms. Budd was offered a position with the Prince George's County Council, serving under the Honorable Dorothy Bailey, Camille Exum, and currently Karen Tolles. Ms. Budd is a 50-plus member of Shiloh Baptist Church in Washington, D.C. She served in key positions, circle leader of 12 years as assistant church clerk. Mary was the first secretary of the Advisory Committee on Aging. She currently is the assistant secretary. She is the wife of a retired marshal. I forgot something else. What was the other thing? I can't forget he was a career war veteran. She has 3 children, 5 grandchildren, 6 great-grandchildren. Miss Budd has been called Miss Hallmark. She never fails to send notes of encouragement, flowers, or cards to those who need a lift of spirit. Additionally, she's very active in her civic association, and she is a long-time election judge, notary, and champion for others. We are so proud of Ms. Budd, and we just need more volunteers like her. She volunteers in her community, she's loved by her family, and she's loved by all of her advisory committee members. Could everyone, all of our members, please stand up as we salute Ms. Budd.
Get everybody in? Yeah. Make sure you get the mark. I don't want to be arrested.
Okay, here we go. 1, 3. 1, 2, and 3. Big smiles, hold that pose. Excellent, one more. There we go. There we go. Perfect, thank you.
Now we have a special award that's being presented on behalf of the Aging Services Division, and I'd like to have Kathy Stasny join me. You did good on that bum foot.
I know, did you see it?
This award is being presented to a person who over the last 20 years has been a great partner and supporter of the Area Agency on Aging and our seniors. Whatever we ask, she always says yes. Whether it be partnering with us for our job fair, our caregivers conference, or applying for a grant, she never tells us no. The answer is always, yes, what can I do? She has been an advocate and a friend and has helped us be successful in many of our services and programs for our seniors.
You know, I really should just say amen to that, but I have to add my own piece. This individual has helped us with so many community events in the past. The Family Caregiving Annual Conference, 50-plus Job Fair, Prince George's Arts in the Community. Anytime we need to have a public forum, we're looking for space. Yes, yes, yes. Those are big partnerships. We've asked for a lot of smaller partnerships, job readiness training, encore job training, skill building for our staff. She's provided special speakers. I actually asked for a speaker and she gave me yoga with laughing. Yoga with laughter. It was a wonderful speaker. Understanding the bird flu. When that was a big deal, she found a speaker and help the staff with that. We've done a lot of statewide projects, our enhanced evidence-based exercise, our chronic disease self-management. We've done studies with this individual. I've even partnered and done presentations at national conferences with her. So it's my pleasure to introduce Camille Crawford with the Prince George's Community College. And I hope she's surprised.
We are so bad.
I'm out of tissues, Camille. Stop.
You are so, these are my sisters. We are like a quartet. We spend more time together than any married people. We love each other. We don't like.
Thank you for all you do for all the citizens here in Prince George's County. You make our jobs easier.
I was just thinking I have years to go to catch up with Mrs. Budd.
No, we're going to let you.
I have years to go to catch up with Mrs. Budd. She's kind of my role model. I've only got 21 years in. She's light years ahead of me. But thank you to my peers, my colleagues, my friends, and my support system at work and impersonally. The community college could never do all we do we have 6,000 students over 60. And there is no way, there's 3 of us in our office. There's no way we could ever do what we do. We are so much better together than we are alone. And these 3 chicks are evidence of that, okay? Thank you, thank you. And if they ever surprise me like this again, I will get them.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm getting by. I'm getting by the handsome man.
Yeah, I want a handsome man next to me.
Come here. One, two, three. Hold that pose.
He's my other son, too.
One more. Good. Big smile.
Thank you, Jemima.
You're welcome.
He's been my other kid for years, too. Thank you so much. Oh, my goodness.
I think we got her good. Let's put our hands together again to appreciate all of our award recipients. You know, congratulations to each and every one of you. Again, I'd like to thank Mr. Baker, our county executive, for coming, Gloria Lala, Secretary of the Maryland Department of Aging, for being with us today. I'd like to thank the Reverend Dr. Edna Haywood of Emory AME Church, the Fairmont Heights High School ROTC. Thank you for your presentation of colors. And to the volunteers, we can never truly repay you for all that you do for the community, but it is our hope that you realize how much you mean to us and that today was a small token of our appreciation to you. And I would be remiss if I did not thank the staff of the volunteer unit who worked tirelessly to put this program together for you today. So Pam, Lisa, and Gabrielle, I just want to say thank you so much. You all did a wonderful job. Thank you. And last but not least, I'd like to thank our Department of Family Services staff. I'm sorry, all of you who volunteered and came out today, please stand one more time. The Department of Family Services staff. They helped with registration, they helped with packing boxes last night, loading up my van. So I just want to say thank you so much because this is not a one-man show or a one-unit show. And last but not least, I'd like to thank Mr. Haywood for entertaining us today. So to everyone, I hope you have a great evening. And I'm not sure if the buses are here, but we'll check. So if you want to stay seated, but have a great evening and a blessed day. Thank you all so much for coming.